about a few really important teaching concepts, learning concepts. So there is various things that are unique to my work, because I work with children who are atypical, who struggle. So I have to make sure everything is going to meet their needs. And my code mapping design is one of those things that I am known for, which is showing words segmented with contrasting colours to show the child the segmentation, because often they can't hear the graphemes, so they can't hear the phonemes that are represented by the graphemes in words. They can't hear those speech sounds. So this is what I've done. You know, people have shown vowel sounds, you know, what have you. I don't do that at all. You'll never hear me talking about a vowel sound. So k, were, in, queen. Now, just something, you know, even though often together, QU is not a grapheme in this word. Don't know why phonics programs do that, because it's not technically correct. And that's, again, what my work's about, being technically correct. And if we find something that we needed to adjust, we do. It's ongoing process, which is what teaching and learning is all about. You know, there was a time over 10 years ago when I did this because everybody did it. I put the QU together, which is just ridiculous, because I need to do things that are, forget mainstream, that are going to meet the needs of my students. So the QU here aren't together. QU, there's no QU grapheme in the word queen. There is a QU grapheme, which is why I created my speech sound wall, which I've been doing for years and years and years. So if you have a look at the k cloud, you'll see here that we have got the QU as a representation for k, because QU can be a grapheme, like in the word bouquet. We have to think about the origins, up to etymology. There's so much more to exploring words than just the graphemes, just the phonics. It's, you know, your etymology, it's your, you know, what parts of the words are meaningful, your morphology, etc., etc. Okay, so here, so it would be mapped like this. Another thing, this is absolutely unique to me. I know this because I've been defending this for years. You remember this, which was used, you know, with Broadbeach State School preppies. You've seen in the videos of the children going all.
I. You do. I. After. Bunnies. Bunnies. Joshua, let me say it. It's it. My.
And I've had to defend this so often, because people will say, well, it can be mapped like that. And absolutely, yes, it can. So I'm segmenting it in this word to evoke discussion about words. I do this because every adult who is first training SSP goes, why have you mapped it like that and not like that? And I say, well, because I want you to be aware of words like talk, where it's talk. I want you to be aware. So it's to evoke discussions, because often phonics, people do things they've not really thought about it because they've just done it for years and years and years like this. So this is again, something that's unique to me. And it's funny, if I see people, you know, doing certain things, I know that they've been following me, because the things like this thumb, if you ever see pictures someone using a thumb up and a thumb down to show this thumb, they've copied me, because that's something they've watched me do when I'm explaining to a child at Marshall Road State School 8 years ago, whatever else. Think about this thumb and the sounds you use. So when you're when you're thinking about, well, which one is it? Is it the which you know, which is it? Then just do this thumb.
So SSP teachers will recognise this from the back of the A3 coding poster. It's also sold as an actual chant strip in a pack of 5, which are brilliant. We cover the high frequency graphemes. There are about 90 or so high frequency graphemes. These are the graphemes that children need to know to be able to pass the UK phonics test. The UK phonics test came out in 2012. So these are just your high frequency graphemes, all on a strip, so that the children can go through them in chants. It's explicit and systematic. The difference, we've added in the speech sound monsters, which gives the children even more opportunity to recognise the monster. So instead of an IPA symbol, instead of a phonetic symbol, they recognise the monster. So here you can see the phonetic symbols for the and th. They're very close together, which is why you also see the monster is up and the monster is down, because teachers, our phrase for this particular one is this thumb. It's an SSP unique technique. It's something I developed for children to help with their articulation and also make it multisensory. So they go this thumb. Now, I was just going through some very old clips because I've publicly shared my learning journey over the last 10 years or so in Australia. So it's quite, it's brilliant to actually look back and see how far we've come. This was the early chant strip. So this was about 2011, 2012 at Marshall Road State School in Brisbane. Another of the things that you'll notice that's evolved over the years is the fact that here the teacher is going through the chants with them. The whole reason for the videos that you'll see in the SSP Monster Mapping app and what have you is that the children don't need a teacher there. I'm in their ear going through the chants with them. But as I say, it's just really interesting to look back and see these old clips.
Here we go. Is it at? Ah, let's try again. Okay, we need to stop because there's someone here who thinks he can be different. When we're doing work like this, Nicholas, we need to be all the same and doing it all together. And the other sound that the letter
Another thing, like this is a really important one, and again this is why it's so important to come to training to actually use SSP and not just use, you know, resources from a packaged program, whatever. When I'm working with children, it's really important you go to base. So think about like the word bake, which has the sound pick sandwich, the split bar digraph. Nice and easy. Okay, bake, you know, page, age, page, age, page. It's a split bar digraph, isn't it? Age, with the GE representing that J sound. Oh, I'm going mad. Of course it's not the GE. The representation, the sound picture for J in the word page is the G. The G is the picture for J because the word is I added a schwa then. Age. Age, page. That's a sound pick sandwich. That's why we go like that. It's a sandwich. So the sound pick sandwich, the split var, it's a split var digraph. It goes like this for the J to jump on top in the middle, like a sandwich. So age, page. That's last sound is a J, but when we talk on paper with A, it's split, age, page, age, page. So the J is the representation, the sound picture for the J. There's the phonetic symbol. Check it out on the wall. J. There is a GE, but not in that word, like in large, but in this particular word.
Large.
Large.
Age.
Page. This is like duck level 7 or 8. Oh, what's this?
To 8.
What is it?
Sandwich.
But what I found is that you'll see children and they'll do things. They'll go paging, page, ing, because they think, well, that's the word. I'm just going to add on the suffix. And it's the best way to teach is to say, well, let's go down to base. So we're talking about, okay, so if you're doing bake and we're going into baking, it's really going down to this. So we're really going, we've taken away that split bar digraph. Now we've gone to bake, baking, baking. So that's, when you do that, I found the children no longer keep the E and all the rest of it, and they understand it. So if you're going from scare to scared, you'll go down to scare and add the suffix. Bake, you'll go down to base and add the suffix to baked. So all of these things, as I say, the SSP approach, that's why I never called it a program, because it's me upskilling teachers. It's me teaching teachers as much as children about the code, about how we talk on paper. So these issues are things that we need to talk about, we need to think about. Now, we're going to be with EdCode, the new tech company in the UK. We're actually outsourcing this because I want the code mapping software to be actually designed by Australian techies. So what happens is you will be able to either type with the app words and it will show you the correctly segmented words which you can talk about with the children, your child at home or in the classroom, but also publishers. We need to make sure publishers are publishing text. If they're using my design, my code mapping design, we need to make sure publishers are doing it correctly. So publishers will also be able to send us their whole files of whole books, and we can code map them for dyslexic learners, for children learning phonics, and make sure it's correct.